According to the Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars document, the international elites decided in 1954 to wage a quiet war against the American people, but it's actually the entire globe, with a goal of shifting wealth from the irresponsible many into the hands of the responsible, worthy few. And they talked about how, in view of the law of natural selection, it was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence are no better than animals who do not have intelligence, and such people are beasts of burden and stakes on the table by choice and consent. So the good news in the conversation that you're going to hear is that, sadly, because of lack of knowledge, we have been consenting. Understand how the wireless communication devices that they're using have pulsed microwave radiation, and it will affect their brains. We're going to have heightened anger on the streets. We're seeing that amplified now. We're going to have people that will not understand what is happening with them, because this mind control has the ability to control our thoughts, our emotions, and direct our physical bodies to do things that we would never dream of. So everyone must understand this is a very stealth enslavement. They are imprisoning us on every single level. And I can only say that you must do your homework immediately. Another thing that I was told by an expert with regards to this particular document is that it is global, it is worldwide, so when you look at the the United States map, don't be disheartened. We're not alone in this. It's a global attack, an assault. And I also heard that some of the higher accredited colleges and campuses where they funnel the best and the brightest of us are implementing huge antenna and cell phone tower arrays to put the best and brightest of us under mind control, to control them so that they will never become who they should be. And this is also a fact because there's large cancer clusters now, and particularly in San Diego at one of the universities there. Many students, Stevens, who's the weatherman that's been reporting on the effects of the weaponized weather reality that we all are facing, talks about having evidence where it can be raining, and it be 4 feet before the rain hits the ground, it can be pulled back up and redirected. So this is all real, and for anyone that's listening to this conversation right now, you can go to toxicsky.org. You can find out the extent of the weaponized weather program. And the most recent biblical flooding in Colorado is now being looked at as directionalized weather targeting, largely because there's some areas there that were opposing UN policies, as well as this is a way in which they are hitting rural properties, hitting farmers, and essentially implementing the Wildlands Project, where they collapse local economies, they take properties from people that can no longer rebuild, and they just put the community in economic hardship and despair and chaos. And this is all part of the silent weapons attack upon us. Everyone needs to understand the extent of the aspect of weaponization, not only of the weather, but our food supply, the water. Every single consumer purchase opportunity has a deadly choice to it as well. So we are now in a absolute pandemic of frequencies, and I appreciate your going to document. It's showing you how they're going to analyze our resistance to smart meters to overcome and identify who's resisting and implement strategies to discredit and to put down the resistance. They talk in this document how they've basically allowed the opt-outs in other instances where people have utilized court proceedings to try to stop the deployment of meters in their state. In Maryland, for example, a retired attorney from the EPA was lobbying against smart meters, and what they did was instead the utility company was told to install the meters at a slower pace and conduct additional research. This document will tell you how they are utilizing the sociology department at Vanderbilt to manipulate us. This is what the silent weapon system is. It is a document of global manipulation, global enslavement, mismanagement and genocide. And understand, we are enemies of the state. We are being run by...
You must understand that there is going to be an EMP attack is not a matter of if, but when. And basically, you need to understand that we interview people all the time who will confirm that certainly they're planning on this, and they're really going to devastate our nation and change it. It will never be the same again. Well, in some ways, this might be a blessing because, of course, then they could not use the electronics to destroy the minds of our children, but understand what's going on today. And we're involved in a spiritual battle being fought on a political and ideological and cultural.
According to the Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars document, the international elites